I'm going to take a look at Surviving Mars, the Xbox One version. Now, I tend to be more PC focused, but I've been given access on the Xbox One, so that's the one I'm going to have to obviously do. Read the notice. Do I have to read it? Oh, for the love of God. Alright, well, they're forcing you to read some notice, and I'm going to try and jump straight back without having to read it. Come on, dude. It knows what I'm doing, I think. Oh no, they're different different ones. Have I got to read it? I mean, who's going to sit there and read this before a game? You think, oh, I'm going to play a game? Oh, wait a minute, I fancy doing a bit of reading. Bleeding hell. I'm going to go bottom just to show that I've done it. Absolutely bonkers. Right, okay, so we've got a tutorial, we've got easy start, new game. I do like to do tutorials just to get a feel, because sometimes you think you're too smart for a tutorial and then it bites you on the backside. There's no point doing any of this because it's on Xbox. Navigate Mars, how to land a rocket, manage drones. Let's do that. I mean, I've got absolutely no idea what the controls are going to be like. I guess it's going to be fine. You wouldn't think they're going to make a game that's not right. But yeah, I mean, I prefer PC for strategy. It's just much more intuitive and it actually feels natural. Right, in this surface exercise we'll learn how to gather basic resources from the Martian surface, how to construct a small base, and how to refuel the rocket in order to send it back to Earth. Let's get started. Right, effects. Achievements are disabled during all tutorials. That makes sense.
Hints, such as this one, will appear throughout the training process, giving useful information on how to advance in your current tasks.
Okay, so it's saying zoom in is A, but you can actually do it with the right stick, is what I'm actually doing at the moment. I didn't see the other button, to be honest. What was it? Y. What was the Y button for? Right, not available yet. So what does it want me to do at the moment then? What does it want me to do? Let's see if there's anything on here at the moment I can do. Right, I'm guessing it's this one. Let's try the plot that's opened. Wait a minute. This one. So we've explored this. What's that? Available resources. Rich terrain that can be processed into concrete. I'm just going to do something about the audio. I don't know how it's coming out there, but it's extremely loud right now. There's absolutely no... Oh my god, they've got master volume. How can the music be louder than the master volume? I'll keep the voice because that'll be fine. Right, again, I don't like using controllers for this sort of game. It's alright so far. I don't know what it wants me to do. Hints, dismiss the hint.
You
maybe
need to master the camera controls and familiarize yourself with the terrain around the prospective colony site.
It wants me to zoom in. We're zooming in. Couldn't zoom in any further, I don't think.
Now it's time to land your first rocket.
Right, proceed by selecting the pinned icon representing the rocket that is currently in orbit around Mars. Land the rocket on Mars. Right, so it wants right button. Land the rocket. We're going to land the rocket where we know it's got stuff.
With the rocket selected, designate a landing site
Let's
on
do
the
where they're
indicated
saying.
location.
Let's say where they're saying. There we go. I'm not even sure what the rocket does. Can only be good things, I guess. So it's like a face of a whale or something, isn't it? Got peeps on here. We've got peeps. All little drones, are they?
And we have touchdown. The rocket has landed on Mars.
No, they read the first bit here, and then you've got to do the rest. It's kind of strange. Why don't I finish the sentence? Well, it carries drones, remotely controlled robots, which constitute your construction and resources gathering workforce. Gathering basic resources for building construction is one of the first things our Martian base needs. Place a metals depot so the drones begin automatically bringing metals from the scattered surface deposits nearby. Gather 5 metals in a metals depot. Metals? What did you say? Metal? Right, open the building menus, press Y. And then we've got right bumper buttons, is it? Okay. Oh. Sure, this controller situation will get a bit more easier later. I mean, let's try and go to, where's the metals? Where's the metals? I want this as close to the metals as possible. Let's put it there. Are they putting metals on it? Where they going? Where they going? Oh man, is that the metals? Have I gone too far? I don't know. How do you go faster? Increase the game speed. Okay. Let's go even faster, shall we?
Our rocket carries valuable resources that will be essential for the construction and maintenance of the colony. Initially, it's best to designate a universal depot, so the drones have a place to store them.
A universal depot. Let's slow this down then. So now we want a universal depot. Before we was on something else. What was we on? Difference. That's just a normal depot. I guess it's bigger. Right, yeah, it's like free space is bigger. Let's put it next to it.
Along with metals, concrete is the other vital basic construction resource.
I hate the way they stop talking. The concrete extractor building must be placed over a concrete deposit. Look for a patch of yellow terrain near your landing site. Maximising the yellow terrain covered by the work area of the concrete extractor is a good practice. This way the extractor will produce more concrete in the long run. Okay, so I think it's here. I mean, I don't really know. Oh yeah. No, that ain't it, is it? Wait a minute. This? I'm sure it'll come up with a yellow sign or something worth doing. We'll get that. We get the concrete extractor. Let's see where they say it's good. Where's it pointing to here? Oh, it's playing games with me, yeah? Oh. Ah, it's picked a good place here. No, it ain't. It wants me to turn it round, doesn't it? Why is that a good place? Is that how it's done? That's how it's done, isn't it? There.
Well done. Now observe how the drones will carry all the resources to the site and then construct the concrete extractor.
Oh, okay, so they're going to take all these bits and pieces. Let's speed it up, shall we? So they're placing them inside. Look, you can see it in there. If I can see a good view. There you go. I don't know, you tilt. Ah, okay. Let's get it faster. Let's get it faster. Right, so now we've got to plug power into
buildings,
this.
The concrete extractor needs power in order to operate. Having a reliable electrical grid and supply is essential for the success of the colony.
Right, Stirling generators are excellent power sources, but they are too complex to be built on Mars during the early stages of our colonisation effort. That is why we ship them from Earth, partially assembled in prefabs. Prefabs do not require any resources, only drones to unpack and assemble them. We've provided you with a Sterling generator prefab. Where? Alright, let's get the prefab. What do you do? Put it on top of it or what? Where do we go with that then? Doesn't say where to place it, does it? I guess it covers anywhere within a blue radius. So just put it there.
Connect the Sterling generator and the concrete extractor using a power cable from the build menu to power up the extractor.
From the build menu. Uneven terrain, that ain't no good then, is it? Is that right? We got all right there? No? Maybe I ain't. Not sure where I'm supposed to go with this. Wait a minute, where's me dot?
Waste rock is a byproduct of all extractors and is best stored at designated locations. This way you can ensure that it will not be in the way of future construction.
Right, so at least we got progress. Place a concrete depot and dumping site. Right. Sure, I'm probably doing it all wrong. And I'm sure I'm putting things in and probably put them in the wrong bleeding place. Yeah, why won't we do that there? We want the dumping site this side.
Drones will pick pending tasks on their own within the range of the drone controllers they are assigned to.
Currently all drones are assigned to the rocket. When the rocket is selected, the work range of all drones assigned to it will be visualized. If the rocket takes off, however, all these drones will need another controller. Build a drone hub and make sure it is supplied with power. Right, we need a drone hub. Right. I don't know where to place my drone hub. I don't know what. There's an optimal place for it. Is it optimal to put it there? I don't know. No one's telling me anything. Is that right? I don't know. Don't know if that's building or not. What's wrong with that piece? No, that's not working. I don't know what it wants. Oh, he has built it. Oh, well, a little bit of heads up wouldn't hurt.
Drones run on batteries that have to be recharged periodically.
Build a recharge station. Sure, I'd forget all this, to be honest. Let's put that there, shall we? Well, it is attached right next to it. I don't see why we'd need electrical cables. Why would I need electrical cable? It's right next to it. Is that right? I don't know. Not sure if I've done it right or not. No? Yes? No? Doesn't look like I've placed a cable, does it? But really, the idea of having to go from here round here like this is just weird. Surely I can connect. It's not having it. Right, I'm going to have to do it like this. Oh yeah. It's a strange one, eh? Oh.
Maintaining a steady supply chain between Earth and Mars is essential, especially during the early colonization stages.
Every rocket has enough fuel for a one-way trip to Mars and has to be refueled on-site so it can return to Earth and be reused. Fuel is produced in a fuel refinery. To set up the production chain, we also need water. Build a moisture evaporator, and then a fuel refinery. So we want moisture. I don't know if we're producing enough electric, but these look like they're going to start getting a bit hefty. Sure, that's going to need electric. Okay. Everything needs electric. Let that build, and then we've got something else to be done, haven't we? There it is, a fuel refinery. Lucky it's flashing and telling me, because I think I'd lose track of this. I don't know. Where's my little dot? 'Cause that's the hardest part, is just noticing where that is. Right, why ain't that one got any electric then? It's built, it's connected, look, connect.
We don't have sufficient power.
Oh, I knew that would happen.
Buildings in the colony.
Typical, isn't it? Oh, power, Captain. I don't know if that's done it or not. It's so unclear as to whether it's doing what you want it to do. Yeah. I can't see why you can't do a direct connection. Why it needs another tile. That's the part that's confusing me.
A system of pipes is used to deliver resources such as water and air where they are needed.
The moisture evaporator has to be connected, but with pipes to the fuel refinery. Connect the... Alright, so you've got to connect them to. Can't remember what's what now. We'll figure this out. Right, pipes. Let's get pipes. Jesus, where's that supposed to go? In the middle? Ah, damn it. How'd you cancel it? Didn't realise, I weren't really paying attention. It looks like you've got to put them on the actual pipe hexagon. Oh, now look, saying blocking bloody objects. Well, there's not much we can do about that, sir. That's it.
Fuel production is now underway, and the drones will begin to deliver the fuel to the rocket.
Well, I think we're already in top speed, weren't we not? For the purpose of this tutorial, simulation, the rocket needs far less fuel, 5, than it would normally needs 60, and it's only doing it in 5. So speeding the process up for the sake of us. And it's already at full speed anyway with the time frame. I've put it on full speed alert. So out of the whole area, we're on this one little zone here. Zoom in. So it's quite a big area. Not really sure what that is. That logo, what it stands for, like what it's for. Okay. So what are we waiting for? Me rocket? So we've got to wait for, is it this one? Fuel refinery. It's got to produce enough. So it says stored fuel. Oh wait, they're taking it. So how do we know how much is taken? Maybe that can tell me how much. Oh, refueling 4 of 5. So one more journey and it should be complete. It's in the status section. Yeah, it says ready for takeoff now. So select the rocket with A, which we're already in. Use the right trigger to focus the info panel. So you can launch with the right trigger and X. I think I've done it right. Woo! It's gone. My rocket's gone.
Congratulations. You have finished the first tutorial.
You've learned how to set up a basic outpost on Mars that can gather resources for further expansion and refuel rockets using rockets to bring in additional supplies from Earth. Is essential for a fledgling colony. Right, so you've got rovers, exploration and research. Next. Might do separate videos to be honest, rather than just do like a 2-hour session. I don't know. You know what? Let's just go through it. Let's get through it. Hopefully, there's not too many of these.
Welcome, Commander. In this training exercise, you will get acquainted with one of your most valuable tools, rovers.
So it's not going to explain it, we have to read it. Rovers are vehicles with a variety of useful functions like transporting resources, commanding drones and analysing anomalies. You have direct control over all rovers in the colony. Select the RC transport and move it to the designated area.
Now let's try moving around.
Is it there we want to go? Can't be that, is it? Surely? Holding... Can't be there, surely.
Rovers consume battery power while operational. From time to time, you'll have to recharge their batteries.
Move it nearer to a power cable. Well, that's pretty cool. So you only have to put it near a power cable to charge it up. So you don't have to do anything. Power cables are right here anyway. Right, so we're going to put it on a power line and we're going to watch it charge up, I guess. So it's important you do the tutorials, really, because I wouldn't know this. Well, how would I naturally know to charge the damn things up on a power line? Got some more over here. Of course, it's taken a while. Let's speed this process up, shall we?
The RC transport can load and carry resources around the map. Let's use it to refuel the nearby rocket.
Right, use the transport to load fuel from the fuel depot in the base, then unload it close to the rocket so that its drones can load it onto the rocket. Drones can also take resources directly from the transport if they need them, and however, unloading the resources is quicker and free up the time for other tasks. Right, so we want to take this thing to where? Where's my fuel depot? Because this is a different one, isn't it? I think that ain't that one. That's not a fuel depot, is it? It's one of these. Wait a minute, we've got to figure out what the buildings are. Fuel... Was it a fuel depot? Drone hub. Wait a minute, one of these are depots. Universal depot. What's this one? That's a concrete one, isn't it? So I'm starting to figure this out. This is a fuel one. Right, let's go. Or have I got to pick the control again? Have I got to pick the car? What's it doing, this silly thing? Right, where's my car? Right, you need to go here, dude. Load all. We want to load all, don't we? We want to load all. Let's get it loaded. I don't think it's going to fit it all in there.
Now order the RC transport to unload the fuel next to the rocket.
I don't know what's going on here. Wait a minute. Lost it. I've lost my vehicle. Where's my rocket? Where's me bleeding drone thing gone? Now I've lost him. Don't know how you move it over. Damn it. It's not. How do you move that over? Don't know. That's not clear. It's pointing and pointing to something, but you can't figure out what to do with it. Stupid. Right, let's get this damn thing up again. See, he's pointing to something there. Remote control vehicle that transport resources, but he's not telling me what I'm doing with it. Come on, get out of the bloody way then. Oh my god, it needs to move. That's not that button, I'm getting lost now. No, wait a minute. I think I got it right. I really haven't got a clue. I'm losing track of this now.
Some drones are left without a controller after the rocket launch.
Select one of the drones. I know where they are. Oh, here we go. Reassign it. There's a button here somewhere. I don't know what this is. Can't be that. Well, I'm going to give it a rest now because, to be honest, on the Xbox it's driving me out the wall.